说那些啦，披萨瑜伽而知你，乌多迦摩拉毗啦，羌多啦而迦啦弥利度，大量不迦地利那迦，比利沙吉迦，萨婆那居啦。此因切皮切拉利要查，但拉主摩拉是非的善，所披善，须但多波达拉摩诃巴舍律，晒尼善，摩诃波来，将之兰，耶波图陀，舍于舍诺，边。达利那，毗陀耶盘檀迦卢米，地数盘檀迦卢米，波拉毗陀盘檀迦卢米，大居陀南，而那里毗舍提毗拉，巴舍拉陀利，盘陀尼。巴舍拉潘尼潘，胡群杜鲁用潘娑婆诃。Ananda, this cluster of light atop of the crown of the Buddha's head, the secret Gatha, Siddhantapotala, with its subtle, wonderful divisions and phrases, gives birth to all the Buddhas of the 10 directions. Because the first commands of the 10 directions use this mantra heart, they realize unsurpassed, proper, and all-pervading knowledge and enlightenment. Because the first commands of the 10 directions take up this mantra heart, they subdue all demons and control all adherents of outside ways. Because the first commands of the 10 directions avail themselves of this mantra heart, they sit upon jeweled lotus flowers and respond throughout countries as numerous as motes of dust. Because the first commands of the 10 directions embody this mantra heart, they turn the great Dharma wheel in lands as numerous as the fine motes of dust. Because the first commands of the 10 directions hold this mantra heart, they are able to go throughout the 10 directions to rub beings on the crowns of their heads and bestow predictions upon them. Also, anyone in the 10 directions who has not yet realized the fruition can receive a Buddha's prediction. Because the first commands of the 10 directions are based in this mantra heart, they can go throughout the 10 directions to rescue beings from such sufferings as being in their house, being hungry ghosts, being animals, or being blind, deaf, or mute, as well as from the suffering of being together with those one hates, from the suffering of being apart from those one loves, from the suffering of not obtaining what one seeks, and from the raging blaze of the 5 skandhas. They liberate beings from both large and small accidents. In response to their recitation, difficulty with thieves, difficulty with armies, difficulty with the law, difficulty with imprisonment, difficulty with wind, fire, and water, and difficulty with hunger, thirst, and imperishment are all eradicated. Because the first commands of the 10 directions are in accord with this mantra heart, they can serve good and wise advisors throughout the 10 directions. In the 4 aspects of awesome deportment, they make wish-fulfilling offerings. In the assemblies of as many first commands as there are sands in the Ganges, they are considered to be great Dharma princes. Because the first commands of the 10 directions practice this mantra heart, they can gather in and teach their relatives in their 10 directions, causing those of the small vehicle not to be frightened when they hear the secret treasury. Because the first commands of the 10 directions recite this mantra heart, They realize unsurpassed enlightenment while sitting beneath the Bodhi tree, and they enter parinirvana. Because the first come ones of the 10 directions transmit this mantra, those to whom they have bequeathed the Buddha Dharma can, after their nirvana, dwell in it completely and uphold it. Being strict and pure about the precepts and rules, they can all obtain purity. If it were to explain this mantra, Buddha of the cluster of lights atop of the crown of the Buddha's head, from morning till night in an unceasing sound, without ever repeating any syllable or phrase, I could go on for as many kampas as there are sands in the Ganges and still never finish. I also will tell you that this mantra is called the crown of the first come one. All of you with something left to study who have not yet put an end to the cycle of rebirth and yet have brought forth sincere resolve to become Arhats, will find it impossible to sit in a Bodhimanda and be far removed in body and mind from all demonic deeds if you do not hold this mantra. Ananda, let any living being of any country in any world copy out this mantra in writing on materials native to his region, such as birch bark, parcha, plain paper, or white cotton cloth, and store it in a pouch containing incense. If that person wears the pouch on his body, or if he keeps a copy in his home, then you should know that even if he understands so little that he cannot recite it from memory, he will not be harmed by any poison during his entire life. Ananda, I will now tell you more about how this mantra can rescue and protect the world, help people obtain great fearlessness, and bring to accomplishment living beings' transcendental wisdom. You should know that after my extinction, if there are beings in the Dharma ending age who can recite the mantra themselves or teach others to recite it, such a people who recite and uphold it cannot be burned by fire, cannot be drowned by water, and cannot be harmed by mild or potent poisons. And so it is in every other case, such that they cannot be possessed by any evil mantra or any heavenly dragon, ghost, or spirit, or by any essence, weird creature, or demonic ghost. These people's minds will attain proper reception, so that any spell, any paralyzing sorcery, any poison or poisoning gold, any poisoning silver, any plant, tree, insect, or snake, and any other myriad kinds of poisonous vapors will turn into sweet dew when it enters their mouths. No evil stars and no ghost or spirit that harbors malice in its heart and that poisons people can work its evil on this people. Vinayaka, as well as all the evil ghost kings and their retinues, will be led by deep kindness to always guard and protect them. Ananda, you should know that 84,000 Narutas of Ganges sands of coatis of Vara Treasury King Bodhisattvas and their descendants, each with Vara multitudes as retinue, are ever in attendance day and night upon this mantra. If living beings whose minds are scattered and who have no samadhi remember and recite the mantra, the Vara kings will always surround them. Therefore, good men, that is even more true for those who are decisively resolved upon Bodhi. All the Vara Treasury King Bodhisattvas will regard them attentively and secretly hasten the opening of their spiritual consciousness. When that response occurs, those people will be able to remember the events of as many kampas as there are grains of sand in 84,000 Ganges rivers, knowing them all beyond any doubt. From that karma onward, through every life until the time they take their last body, they will not be born where there are yakshas, rakshasas, putanas, kataputanas, kumbhandas, pishachas, and so forth, where there is any kind of hungry ghost, whether with form or lacking form, or with thought or lacking thought, or in any such evil place. If these good men read, recite, copy, or write out the mantra, if they carry it or treasure it, if they make offerings to it, then through karma after karma they will not be poor or lowly, nor will they be born in unpleasant places. If these living beings have never accumulated any blessings, the first commands of the 10 directions will bestow their own merit and virtue upon these people. Because of that, throughout the Asamkhya of ineffable, unspeakable numbers of kampas, as many as the Ganges sands, they are always together with the Buddhas. They are born in the same place due to their limitless merit and virtue, and like the Amala fruit cluster, they stay in the same place, become permitted with cultivation, and are never parted. Therefore, it can enable those who have broken the precepts to regain the purity of the precept source. It can enable those who have not received the precepts to receive them. It can cause those who are not vigorous to become vigorous. It can enable those who lack wisdom to gain wisdom. It can cause those who are not pure to quickly become pure. It can cause those who do not hold to vegetarianism to become vegetarians naturally. Ananda, if good men who uphold this mantra violated the pure precepts before they received the mantra, there are multitude of offenses incurred by violating the precepts, whether major or minor, can simultaneously be eradicated after they begin to uphold the mantra. Even if they drank intoxicants or ate the 5 pungent plants and various other impure things in the past, the Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, Varas, gods, immortals, ghosts, and spirits will not hold it against them. If they are unclean and wear tattered old clothes to carry out the single practice and single dwelling, they can be equally pure. Even if they do not set up the platform, do not enter the Bodhimanda, and do not practice the way, but recite and uphold this mantra, their merit and virtue will be identical with that derived from entering the platform and practicing the way. If they have committed the 5 rebellious acts, grave offenses warranting unintermittent retribution, or if they are bhikshus or bhikshunis who have violated the 4 parajikas or the 8 parajikas, such a heavy karma as this will disperse after they recite this mantra like a sand dune that is scattered in a gale so that not a particle remains. Ananda, if living beings who have never repented and reformed any of the obstructive offenses, either heavy or light, that they have committed throughout the countless kampa past, up to and including those of this very life, can nevertheless read, recite, copy, or write out this mantra, or wear it on their bodies, or place it in their homes or in their garden houses, then all that accumulated karma will melt away like snow in hot water. Before long, they will obtain awakening to patience with the non-production of karmas. Moreover, Ananda, if women who do not have children and want to conceive can sincerely memorize and recite this mantra, or carry the mantra Sitan Tuapurtala on their bodies, they can give birth to sons or daughters endowed with blessings, virtue, and wisdom. Those who seek long life will obtain long life. Those who seek to quickly perfect their reward will quickly gain perfection. The same is true for those who seek something regarding their bodies, their lives, their appearance, or their strength. At the end of their lives, they will gain the rebirth they hope for in whichever in the countries of the 10 directions they wish. They certainly will not be born in poorly endowed places or as inferior pupil, even less will they be reborn in some odd form. Another, if there is a famine or block in a country, province, or village, or if perhaps there are armed troops, brigands, invasions, war, or any other kind of local threat or danger, one can write out this spiritual mantra and place it on the 4 city gates or on a chaitya, on a vanya, and instruct all the people of the country to gaze upon the mantra, to make obeisance to it, to revere it, and to single-mindedly make offerings to it. One can instruct all the citizens to wear it on their bodies or to place it in their homes, and then all such disasters and calamities will completely disappear. Ananda, in each and every country where the people accord with this mantra, the heavenly dragons are delighted, the winds and rains are seasonal, the crops are abundant, and the people are peaceful and happy. It can also suppress all evil stars which may appear in any of the directions and transform themselves in uncanny ways. Calamities and obstructions will not arise. People will not die accidentally or unexpectedly, nor will they be bound by fetters, cords, or locks. Day and night they will be at peace, and no evil dreams will disturb their sleep. Ananda, this Sahavant has 84,000 changeable and disastrous evil stars. 28 great evil stars are the leaders, and of these, 8 great evil stars are the rulers. They take various shapes, and when they appear in the world, they bring disaster and weight happenings upon living beings. But they will all be eradicated wherever there is the mantra. The boundaries will be secured for 12 Uranas around, and no evil calamity or misfortune will ever enter in. Therefore, the first common proclaims this mantra as one which will protect those of the future who have just begun to study, as well as all cultivators, so that they can enter samadhi, be peaceful in body and mind, and attain great tranquility. Even less will any demon, ghost, or spirit, or any enemy, calamity, or misfortune due from former lives that reach back to beginningless time, or any old karma or past debts come to vex and harm them. As to you and everyone in the assembly who is still studying, and as to cultivators of the future who rely on my platform, hold the precepts in accord with the Dharma, receive the precepts from pure members of the Sangha, and hold this mantra heard without giving rise to doubts. Should such good men as these not obtain mind penetration in that very body born of their parents, then the thirst commands of the 10 directions have lied. When he finished this explanation, measureless hundreds of thousands of Vara power knights in the assembly came before the Buddha, placed with their palms together, bowed, and said, "With a sincere heart, we will protect those who cultivate Bodhi in this way, according to what the Buddha has said." Then the Brahma king, the god Chakra, and the 4 great heavenly kings all came before the Buddha, made obeisance together, and said to the Buddha, "If indeed they are good men who cultivate and study in this way, we will do all we can to earnestly protect them and cause everything to be as they would wish throughout their entire lives." Moreover, measureless great Yaksha generals, Rakshasa kings, Putana kings, Kumbhada kings, Vishatra kings, Vinayaka, the great ghost kings, and all the ghost commanders came before the Buddha, put their palms together and made obeisance. We also have vowed to protect these people and cause their resolve for Bodhi to be quickly perfected. Further, measureless numbers of gods of the sun and moon, lords of the rain, lords of the clouds, lords of thunder, lords of lightning, who patrol throughout the year, and all the retinues of stars which were also in the assembly bowed at the Buddha's feet and said to the Buddha, "We also protect all cultivators so that their bodhimandals are peaceful and they attain fearlessness. Moreover, measureless numbers of mountain spirits, sea spirits, and all those of the earth, the myriad creatures and essences of water, land, and the air, as well as the king of wind spirits and the gods of the formless heavens, came before the first come one, bowed their heads, and said to the Buddha, "We also will protect these cultivators until they attain Bodhi and will never let any demons have their way with them." Then Vajra Treasury King Bodhisattvas in the Great Assembly, numbering as many as 84,000 Nayutas of kotis worth of sands in the Ganges, arose from their seats, bowed at the Buddha's feet, and said to the Buddha, "World-honored one, the nature of our deeds in cultivation is such that, although we have long since accomplished Bodhi, we do not grasp at Nirvana, but always accompany those who hold this mantra, rescuing and protecting those in the final age who cultivate Samadhi properly. World-honored one, such people as these who cultivate their minds and seek proper concentration, whether in the Bodhimanda or walking about, and even such people who with scattered minds roam and play in the villages will be accompanied and protected by us and our retinue of followers. Although the demon kings and the god of great comfort will seek to get at them, they will never be able to do so. The smaller ghosts will have to stay 10 Yodanas distance from these good people, except for those beings who have decided they want to cultivate dhyana. World-honored one, if such evil demons and their retinues want to harm or disturb these good people, we will smash their heads to smithereens with our Vajra pistols. We will always have these people to accomplish what they want."